Welcome back, riders. Today is number 18 of 25 Days of Coasters. It's also a very special coaster in my heart. Long story short, I hated coasters, ended up going to Silver Dollar City in 2013, forced myself to ride this coaster, and the rest is history. That roller coaster is Outlaw Run at the aforementioned Silver Dollar City. Silver Dollar City is located in Branson, Missouri. Branson is in South Missouri, pretty much a straight shot south of Springfield. Outlaw Run is another Rocky Mountain construction coaster that opened in 2013. But unlike the other RMC coasters I've already covered in this series, Outlaw Run is actually a ground up creation and was not a conversion of another coaster. In fact, Outlaw Run uses a different type of track that actually classifies it as a wooden roller coaster. Outlaw Run opened with some world records, believe it or not. When it opened, it was the world's steepest wooden coaster at 81 degrees, the only wooden roller coaster in the world with multiple inversions by having three of them. Currently, Outlaw Run is the fifth fastest roller coaster in the world at 68 miles per hour and has the third biggest drop on any wooden coaster at 162 feet. On top of those impressive stats, Outlaw Run is a terrain coaster that hugs the ground for much of the ride. Despite its massive drop, the top height is only 107 feet tall, and Outlaw Run is relatively short at 2,937 feet of track. As mentioned, I was able to ride this opening year, but that was only once in 2013. I did not get back on it all the way until April 2022, when I got four more rides on a colder day. Moving on to the layout now, Outlaw Run really starts with a drop. This is a fantastic drop. It's tall, it's steep, so naturally it's fast too. The ride then rises into a 153-degree bank turn, which constitutes as the ride's first inversion. This is a great element. It's also unique as there's not many rides with a similar element. Most of the time, riders will go 180 degrees and stall there, or they'll just do the full 360. But there's something fun about, being in the middle somewhere, especially at 153 degrees. The ride then turns left close to the ground and then eventually rises up, switches direction, and does a right-hand turn close to the ground, kind of like Storm Chaser that I mentioned the other day. This is essentially an S-bend airtime hill similar to the ones on Storm Chaser, like I just mentioned. These turns are intense and the airtime is great and sustained. After the turn, you're hit with an airtime hill that's essentially a speed hill. Again, sustained ejector airtime, and I am all for it. Then you enter an overbanked turn to the left that levels out and produces some airtime on the way down. After that, you hit a wave turn, and this is one of the better ones out there for sure. It feels much longer than the other ones. The terrain drops during the wave turn, which kind of helps it be longer than the normal ones, because you're eventually just kind of chasing the hill downwards. After that, you level out and you hit another speed hill, which again, sustained ejector that I just gobble up. But then it is the world famous finale, the double barrel roll. This element, it, it's insane. It actually traverses uphill, so it loses a ton of speed while you go through it, but that actually plays into the force as well because it ends up producing some awesome hang time and weightlessness that I absolutely love. The double barrel roll leads right into the final break. So overall, Outlaw Run is an absolute powerhouse. It is wicked fast with amazing forces, more so than other RMCs. This feels a little more unhinged. The ride is a little shorter, but honestly, I don't really mind at all. And, it's just like every single element hits so hard. And it's not like it's ultra short or anything, like it's adequate. Outlaw Run has some of the best inversions on any RMC, and the double barrel roll in particular is one of the best inversion elements on any coaster, period. There is one thing that is holding back Outlaw Run though, and it is its roughness. But I do have a potential asterisk with that. When I rode in 2013, it was glass smooth. It had just opened. But in April 2022 with my re-rides, it felt like you could just feel every single point where two track pieces met, and it just produced a bump every single time. It's so much rougher than its sister coaster, Goliath, at Six Flags Great America. Granted, Goliath has less life cycle runs, I'm sure, as Silver City has a much longer operating season, but still, Outlaw Run was a little rougher than I would like. It makes it hard to re-ride. Like for one ride, it's fine, but re-riding it's aggressive. So that's really why I only did it 4 times that day, despite no line at all. With that said, though, I do have a small asterisk. All 4 of my rides were in wheel seats. To be completely honest, when I was there that day, I had never once thought that RMC has wheel seats and non-wheel seats. All the RMCs I'd ridden up to that point were just gloss smooth, and I'd never thought about wheel seats. And it wasn't until after my day at the park where I realized it might have been more bearable if I tried riding in a non-wheel seat. But, I didn't. So another reason is it was a bit chilly that day. I feel like that makes the ride a little rougher because the wood is a bit stiffer in the colder weather rather than like the summer months. So whenever I get some re-rides, I'll have to keep these things in mind, and I could see Outlaw Run moving back up in my rankings if I find a more bearable experience, or maybe they'll do some track work or something. I don't know. But this ranking is still elite despite the roughness I found. So that is all I got for day 18 of 25 Days of Coasters. Who's been on Outlaw Run? Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Outlaw Run is notoriously hard to photograph, so sorry for the lack of photos again. Check out Canopy Coaster's review in the description for a deeper analysis and more footage. But with that, I hope to see you all tomorrow. Push down, pull up, exit to the right. I hope you enjoyed the video, and go have your greatest day yet. Choo choo, bye!